What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another TylerTube video and TylerTube production. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about 5 tips for recording clean and crisp audio. Alright, tip number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is use a good quality microphone and the correct microphone for the setting you're in. So high quality microphone means you want to get a somewhat good brand as well as the right type for what you're recording. So brands are good brands, you know, Rode, Shure, Blue, Sennheiser, all those Asden brands, stuff like that. You don't want to go get like one of the Walmart on brand microphones, on like the ONN, you know, brand microphone. Yeah, you don't want to go get one of those. Those are not going to be what you want. You're going to want a good microphone, but you also want to match your use case. So I'm going to go through some of the different use cases and the microphones that best fit the use case. If you're trying to achieve the same thing that I am achieving right here, just a waist up shot, just like this, talking to camera in one spot, a good mic would be the Rode, or would be a shotgun mic. So the one I'm using here is the Rode NTG4. Of course, can't really show you at the moment. I'll throw a picture up. The Rode NTG4, which is just a shotgun mic that goes on a clip, and that's that. Just a shotgun microphone. You know, you can buy like a blimp for it and stuff like that. We'll get into that a little later on as well. So if you're using it in studio, just talking to camera, a shotgun is a great way to go. Also, if you're trying to find a really good way to talk to camera, a good alternative instead of a shotgun would be a lavalier system. In this case, I have the Rode Link, as well as the system I've always used in previous before I got the Rode Link, which is the Asden wireless mic system. This is just pro wireless transmitter and receiver set all together. You got your lavalier microphone with the cable that connects to the camera. And these are not the highest of quality, but they do work, and it just slides onto your hot shoe, and then you got your audio in and your ear headphone jack, and then you got the receiver, or the transmitter. So this is a great, I think this was around $100 and some. I'll link it in the description if I can find it. I don't know, I've had it for a couple years, but it's a really nice, if you're a good way to capture some in-studio audio. If you're looking for a good way to get clear, crisp audio, a lavalier or shotgun is going to be the way to go. Now, oftentimes you know that certain people you have seen use this type of shotgun in studio. This is the Rode VideoMic Go, with a dead cat on it. This one just goes over it. But you know, this is the Rode VideoMic Go. It's got the built-in shock mount, the auxiliary, and this one works great. This is what I use for vlogging. It works fantastic. You know, you got your hot shoe, and it's also got the screw adapter, so if you do want to boom it, you can boom it, and it can go on your camera. So shotguns are also a really good alternative, different than, you know, this type of shotgun, but you know, an on-camera shotgun that you can also boom works too. So any type of shotgun, lav, or on-camera mic works great for this studio case. So now let's say you're vlogging. Typically vlogging, you know, it's you're holding your camera out. Sometimes you have a setup on a tripod to do still shots, talking to camera, which, you know, typically a vlog doesn't look like this. This is welcome to another vlog. This is more of an informal sit-down type video. But you know, let's say you are doing a vlog, you typically would not boom a microphone in while you're vlogging or have a boom opera. That's not how, I mean, vlogging's more of a run and gun style of recording. So typically in that case, I would go for a shotgun style microphone, an on-camera shotgun style microphone, just like I talked about a minute ago, the Rode VideoMic Go, as well as this is the Rode, this one's actually one I got from online. It's kind of a, I think this came from, it was like one of those good deal packages, just bought it. It's Samtian, I'm not really sure. Of course, it's more of the cheaper of microphones, but it doesn't sound horrible, and actually I've never taken that off and I can't get it back on. So, you know, this is a smaller, like the micro of a microphone. So, I mean, you know, it's smaller compared to this one, as well as the Rode Video Micro, which of course is the same thing as what we just showed you, but the Rode brand. Comes with the shock mount, the miniature microphone with your aux there, and then that just slides on and off of it just like that. So some style of microphone just like this. These ones You could also get this one. This is the Rode Video mic. This one's larger, and it also takes a 9-volt battery. If I was going to boom any sort of microphone, it would be this one, because this is more, you've got more control. You've got 80 hertz on there, and it runs off battery. So I think I would go with this one. Of course, it's bigger. It looks just like the Rode NTG4, as a matter of fact. Of course, it's not, but you know what I mean. And so that is style of microphone. It's heavy. The battery's not the greatest, but you know what? You can do what you got to do. And then you also got like the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, which I don't currently own, which I will hopefully soon. But you know, these styles of shotgun microphones for vlogging is the way to go. Now let's say you don't have a shotgun microphone, a wireless mic system would be okay. I mean, for vlogging, a wireless mic system wouldn't be a terrible idea, as you know, you can go wherever you need. You know, you could have this on top of your camera, and then you could be wearing the lavalier. The only issue would be is if you have background noise or other guests in your vlog, people talking, that would not be the easiest thing. But miking them up for a vlog would not be well worth the time to get one shot of them talking. You know, here, put this microphone on top, let me put it back on so I can finish talking. I would just opt for the shotgun, which is not, it's not a terrible expense. The Rode NTG4 and the Rode NTG5 and the Asden mics, those are more in the $400 to $500 range compared to the Video Mic Go, which is about, I think it's like $60 or something like that. I can't remember specifically. But even the Rode Video Micro is, I mean, this is only, I think it's like $50 probably. So that would be the style that I would go for in the vlogging style of video. So the next type of audio we're going to cover is podcasting and vocal recording. So for instance, for podcasting, I would go with a mic like the AT2020. This is the mic I personally use for all my podcasting as well as voiceovers. It's a great mic. It's only $100. It's 99 bucks. Comes with the mount. It's not a shock mount, and this mic's a little big it's too big to go in a shock mount, I think. I mean, you can force it in there like I have in previous, but it's not ideal to go in there. I love this mic. You can put it on a stand, you can angle it back. It's great for podcasting, radio, vocals, whatever you're doing with it. Also for podcasting and vocals, I've used this, well, I don't think the podcast was uploaded, but the Shure Sm7b, or SM48, not 7B, is just a handheld dynamic microphone for like singing or something. Me and Mason have used it for a podcast, and it does actually sound quite nice. So that's another option you can go for podcasting, vocals, and voiceover. Another option would be something like this. This is a condenser microphone similar to the AT2020, but this is a Chinese version. This has an unboxing video on my channel, believe it or not, if you want to go watch it, in my living room. It didn't work for the longest time after I learned about audio and realized it needed phantom power, and I'm trying to plug it into my phone with an XLR to aux cable. Yeah. So you can use this, or for other vocal styles, this is the Shure Super 55. This is an Elvis 1950 style microphone. Obviously, as you know, I'm an Elvis fan, so I got this because it's cool looking. Me and Mason did use this in a podcast once. It sounds quite great. It works, and I put it on a stand when I do like the Rock and Christmas show. That's what this is used for. So this is a great onstage vocal mic that can be held, put on a tripod, whatever. You can also, I mean, I've seen people, you know, do voiceovers, vocals, and everything with this, which is another thing you can do. Or another condenser I just recently picked up from Best Buy. This is the blue Spark SL. Comes in this nice wooden box. And inside is the Spark SL. This is personally the microphone I've been using lately for podcasting and everything. You've got your high pass filter and your negative 20 decibels for, you know, if you get really loud and scream on like live stream or gaming, you can flip that switch and it'll tone you down a little bit. And then it's got a shock mount, which is over there, but it's a huge shock mount. It sits in there. This is personally a really nice microphone. I enjoy it. That is the Spark SL. It was at Best Buy. I think it was on sale for Black Friday for like $100. And it comes with the box, shock mount, mic, and adapters. So those are kind of the different microphones that you can use and kind of like the use case that I would suggest for them. Now let's get on to tip number 2. Alright, so tip number 2, this is going to be limiting background noises. So limiting background noises can be tricky in different times. So basically what you want to do is you want to place yourself in an environment where it's quiet and you know there's not going to be a lot of noise and people in the background. If you're in a studio, typically you're not going to have to worry about that because people in a studio know to be quiet when recordings are happening. Typically in a studio, though, you also have the correct environment where you have soundproof panels, where you're in a good spot to where things will not be disturbing you, whether that's be people outside or cars driving by if you're in your home studio or whatever that is. So limiting background noises can be hard though when you don't have the availability to do something like that or put yourself in a spot where you can get away from all those noises. And in that case, I would just say surround yourself with as much stuff as you can. You want to probably go into a closet. And if there's clothes in the closet, that's even better. If you can cram yourself in there comfortably and all of your equipment in there to record it, props to you. And it also worked great because your clothes would provide for sound dampening if it's echoey in there. Now you can't always do that, and sometimes you don't have the option to do that, and you just have to do your best to try to level out everything on if you're using a mixer. If you're recording into GarageBand, try your best to level things out and place equalizers and different audio things that you can put in there that will help lessen the sound. Or if you have to, without creating plosives, or if you have a windscreen, get really close to the microphone and talk a little bit quieter. Of course, you can talk at full volume, just turn your stuff down. There's ways around it, but just try to limit as much background noise as possible. And that kind of leads us to tip number 3. So tip number 3 is another big thing, and that is going to be limit wind. Watch out for the wind. Commonly, the best ways to do that are purchasing windscreens. Now, if you're outside, of course, you have to work harder against that. If you're inside, my Rode NTG4 right now has no windscreen on it because there's going to be no wind going towards it. My breath is the only thing that would go towards it, but the mic is pointing this way and my breath's going that way. And I'm not concerned about it being too bad because I'm not like wind. I'm not blowing at it as well as it's in the air. If your air conditioner's on and you have that issue, slip a windscreen on it. Like with these, this is a windscreen. This is a dead cat, which is a I don't know why they call it. I mean, obviously you know why they call it a dead cat, but it's just a windscreen that you can slide over the mic capsule or the mic itself that lessens the amount of wind. This is a dead cat, but it also has a foam windscreen inside of it, like typically it does. If you have a lavalier, make sure you put a little foam pop filter over it. This one, of course, is a dead cat, but you can also get this style of windscreen, which is just a foam windscreen, which they provide one with almost every microphone, including the NTG4. They provided a windscreen typically, so that way you don't obviously have wind issues. Now, another good way to do it, if you're outside and it's so windy and your windscreen on your shotgun, let's say you're booming a mic like this and the windscreen's just not working, you can opt for something, a blimp or a Zeppelin, which is a giant capsule that goes over the microphone, which hopefully I'll be buying a blimp soon. But just slide your microphone in there on a shock mount, slide it in, screw it down, put the end cap on it, put it on a boom pole, boom it up. Now that also comes with a dead wombat, which is very similar to the dead cat, but it is a giant white. It's this, but 10 times bigger, and it's white, so it looks like a wombat's arm. So they call it a dead wombat. So you can get one of those as well, which I think the blimp comes with one, which goes over the entire capsule. So that's 3 levels. Well, it's only 2 because you can't really put the mic in the blimp with this on it because it's going on a shock mount. But a blimp, a Zeppelin, stuff like that. Pop filters, you can also do, pop filter. That's what I meant to say. Pop filter, the ones on the arms with the circle on it, you could do that. And that will also work if you're in studio recording. Alright, tip number 4. Obviously, the best thing that you can do is limit your echo. If you're going to do anything to your audio, is limit your echo. It does not sound good. It sounds like you're in a void. And it's just unprofessional. When you're watching a movie, you don't hear them in a giant echoey space unless they're trying to give off that specific, that'd be sound design. They're trying to give you, let you know that where they're at is a big open space. It signifies that with the echo. If that's what they're doing in sound design, then that's how that works. But if you're in studio like this, you do not want an echo, and there's a lot that you can do to combat that. So a couple of things you can do to combat that is going to be foam paneling. These are just, this one's been a little bit smashed, but these are just pieces of foam that are cut away, and these are probably the thinnest I would go. These are about 1/2 inch. So I would even go an inch thick. Some of them can be up to like a foot thick, which are like for those big studios. They have them up in the ceiling and on the walls. I have a few panels on the wall over there. I need to put more up. I've only got 8 of them up right now. So yeah, foam panels is the way to go. If you can get these, get them. My mom got like 12 packs of these for really cheap on a website. So I mean, foam panels. Also, sound blankets are really good to do. Of course, if you can't afford a giant like professional sound blanket, go to Harbor Freight if you have a Harbor Freight, or Lowe's, Home Depot, any hardware store, and buy tarps. Not specific tarps. They're the black felty tarps that are they're like blankets. I'll try to pop up a picture. That's what I'm talking about. If I didn't find a picture, then I didn't find a picture, and I just guess you have to try to. I don't know. They're just like sound blanket looking things that you can pin up on the wall. This is a black screen that you can. This is the background, but putting something like this against the wall will obviously help dampen the sound. It provides less for the sound to bounce off of, especially if I'm talking over next to it. There's a lot of space between me and that next wall, so that's a lot of room for it to bounce. Now, it's not awfully echoey in here, but because I have a lot of things, I have posters, and I have a wall of Funko Pops, and I have like guitars, and I have stuff all over the wall, so you know that obviously is going to help. But since right here, like right outside the shot, there's a doorway that goes to another door, which also kind of creates an echo in here. Previously, I've put a sound blanket over that, or a curtain, or something like that. A good alternative thing to do is, let me grab it and show you. So now this is something that I've been seeing everywhere, and this is actually a way you can. This is actually a way that you can make this at home. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your foam panels and go to the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, whatever. If you want to spend less and make more, I would go to Dollar Tree. You can get sheets of foam board, or like the presentation boards that you can buy for school presentations, the foam stuff. Cut them out and place 3 panels or whatever. I had panels of 6. So what I did is I had... give me just a second. I had 2 of these stuck together, which I had to cut them down because we had to put them up for a different thing. But you can cut them in half, put them on foam cores so they're all stuck together, and then tape this to a tripod, and then make 6 or 7 of them. I've got 4 of them right here. I've got more, but then tape them to tripods, and you can place them all around you where you're recording. So let's say you don't want to mount these to a wall because you aren't going to film in the same spot every time. Put them on tripods, or not, you don't even put them on tripods, just lean them up next to you, all around you, and it will also help prevent that from happening. You could place it right behind the microphone, mount one right behind the microphone to prevent audio from echoing right next to the microphone. That works too. So foam panels on foam core, tape them to tripods, and then you can put them all around the room and move them depending on where you're filming. So if I want to go film over in the workshop area, move them over there, turn the camera around, boom the mic, we're good to go. There's your dampening. So yeah, putting stuff on the wall and all of that stuff like that. Tip number 5. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so our last tip number 5, is one of the most important things when mixing audio. If there is nothing that you can do if you can't limit echo, if you can't limit background noise, if you don't have the best microphone for what you're trying to do, here is the best way to go about it. Monitor and understand audio mixing. When you are going to record, now in this case I am recording on a Zoom H4n Pro, there is your headphone jack / line in, so if you want to record with the thing, put studio monitor headphones, even if you don't have studio monitor headphones, Apple headphones, whatever, if that's all you have, plug them in and monitor your audio before you start recording, or even if you're doing a podcast, wear headphones, because then you can have your mixer next to you and you can work on all of your different faders and adjustments you need to make throughout the video. So always have headphones in here so you can listen to yourself before you start recording, because if you hit record and you're recording hours, well in this case 21 minutes of audio, and this doesn't sound good, well then audio is the key to a video, literally. Just because you have good video and you have bad audio, that just makes the video unenjoyable. I would rather have good audio and bad video personally, because the viewing experience is only good when you have good audio. So if you go to watch Spider-Man in the movie theater and the audio's terrible, there's no point watching it because you can't understand it. If you can comprehend what they're saying and doing, but the audio's slightly bad, or the video's slightly bad, I would prefer that, because you're actually getting something, you're understanding what they're doing. So yeah, if anything, put a pair of headphones in, monitor your audio. When recording audio, have a sound person running it if you can, like on your mixer, have a sound area, have someone with headphones in there mixing it for you that knows what they're doing. If you can't have that, have your headphones to listen to your recording. Also, if you have a mixer or audio recording, make sure that you have the correct levels and EQs set, your lows, your mids, your highs. You can add your effects stuff in there too, so if you want to add a line in, you could do like an effect, so that way if you need like your mic to sound like you're in a radio or something, GarageBand has those presets where you can do that stuff. So you just gotta do it your best and try to mix your audio as best as you can without trying to do any of that. If you can mix your audio, you could probably limit your echo and background noise pretty well without having to go out and buy expensive equipment like dead cats, windscreens, and extra microphones that will do that job for you. Well, there you have it, guys. 5 tips for getting clean and crisp audio when recording. That is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. And that's that. That is 5 tips for audio recording. If you guys want to see more videos like this, like 5 tips for getting good video, rig builds, organization tips, and setup tips, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe, turn the notifications on, comment, and share to your friends who need to know this stuff. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in another video. Goodbye.